Everybody. So today we'll discuss about certain things about the technical writing, especially the report, the dissertation, any scientific article, how we use reference in those scientific articles. So one of the most important aspect of a technical writing is quoting a reference, which is also we call it bibliography. Somebody say it's reference, list of reference, somebody call it bibliography. So what is bibliography? The word bibliography was derived from Greek word bibliographia. Basically you see most of the words, especially in social science, they are originate from the Latin word, Greek word. And here also the word bibliography is originally derived from Latin word, which is literally means book writing. In ancient time in Greek also they coined some words for their writing, that is book writing, and it was known as bibliographia and also known as bibliology. That time it's also they refer it bibliology. What is bibliography? A bibliography is a product of practice of bibliography, a systematic list of books and other works such as journal article, its list of writing that share common factor, that topic, it may be a topic, it may be a language, it may be other form also, in other form also, and list may be comprehensive or selective. The list you are quoting in your writing, it may be a comprehensive, it may be also selective. One of the particular instance of this list is source used or considered to preparing a work, sometimes called a reference list. Also it is known as reference because you are referring to the source you are quoting, the source you have discussed, source you have referred, source you have given for your justification. That is known as reference list. Let us see what is copyright. Why we are writing bibliography, or why we have to give the reference, whatever the source we have quoted, why we have to show the reference. There is some legal aspect which is known as copyright. What is copyright? Copyright is a legal concept. It's legal. It's bound by the law. It's enacted by most government, giving the creator. That the creator means those who have created this. It may be art, it may be a piece of writing, it may be a music. Giving the creator of an original work, it must be original. Work must be original work. It cannot be a duplication or something else, but it has to be original work. It gives you an exclusive right to it. That means the copyright holder, usually for a limited time. It's not unlimited. Generally, it is a right to copy. It gives the right to copy, but also give the copy holder right to be credited for work, to determine whom may adopt the work to others' form, to whom may perform the work. He has got the special, exclusive right. He can perform his own work. Who may financially benefit from it. Whatever you have created, your own writing or your own piece of art or any musical composition, you have every right. You can gain financial benefit from it, and the law gives you the power. So that is the copyright and other related rights. It is form of intellectual property. It's also known as intellectual property. Like what? Intellectual property against what? A patent. Suppose you have discovered a patent. You have got the intellectual property right. Nobody can take you from it. Then trademark. You have created a trademark and trade secret. These are some intellectual property which through copyright you have exclusively right to use it. Applicable any expressible form in idea or information that's substantive and discussed. So copyright, because of the copyright, we have to be very careful in maintaining the bibliography, the quoting, the reference we have given for any scientific article or your dissertation, your PhD thesis. You have to be very careful. Let us discuss about some basic aspect of the copyright. Copyright initially conceived as a way for government to restrict printing, and contemporary intent of copyright is also promote to creation a new work by giving author control of the profit from them. So there must be some control over how much profit he have made So there is some law, legal aspect government has given here. The copyright also said to be a territorial, which means they do not extend it beyond the territory of specific state. Suppose I am writing a book that my territory is Union of India, I mean my country only, I cannot go beyond that. So there is some territory also, it's specified by the copyright. Today, however, it is less relevant. Most of the countries are parties at least one or such agreement, because whatever that there are some international law also. So because of this some conflict, we have some international agreement, and with this international agreement we have some common, we have common principle regarding this copyright. While many aspects of international copyright law has been subsidized through international copyright agreements. So we are making some international copyright agreement so that the copyright can be enjoyed by the creator throughout the globe. Copyright law of the most countries have some unique feature. Because of our agreement, this international agreement is a basic agreement, we have to formulate some unique features. Through copyright law, the copyright holder enjoys some rights. What right? Basically he enjoys 3 rights: to reproduce the copy work in the copies or phono records, prepare derivative work based on the copyright work. Because of my own work, I can create some other form, that means derivative work from my own creation. And distribution, also I can distribute the copy according to my own wish. So these are the certain 3 basic rights is given by the copyright. Because of the copyright, we have to very careful. We are to maintain our bibliographic record. We are to maintain our reference list, which we are quoting for our in support of our scientific writing or anything else scientific. Let us see. When we prepare the reference list, how we will write a list of reference. At the end of all thesis or academic writings, it may be a small article. It may be if you are preparing an article for your assignment, you may prepare an article for your conference proceedings. So in every academic writing, you need to be list of materials that you have used or referred to. Whatever the source you have referred or whatever the source you have referred, we have to maintain a list of the material. This usually has a heading, reference, but maybe bibliography or work cited, depending on the convention, the system you use. You may write as a reference, it may write as a bibliography, it may write as a work cited. Whatever form you prefer, that is up to you or your organization you are serving. The object you are writing is for you say something for yourself using the idea of the subject. For the present your idea, you are presenting an idea, and what basis you are presenting an idea, you are referring some source in justification of your idea. So these are certain things, certain source you have to quote to justify your writing, justify your logic, and that has to be made in certain, you have to make a certain procedure to quote these references. So that is the systematic way how we show our references, how we quote our references in the list of our references. There are many of the writing list of reference. There are many ways. Everything depends upon what format you are preferring. What is your ideal format, or what format your department, your parent body is FIFA. That means check your department for specific information, because your department may follow certain rules and regulations. So it's depending on your organization you are working or your choice only. The most common system is called Harvard system. Most commonly used system is Harvard system. Basically, the social scientists, they use this system, Harvard system. There is no definite version for Harvard system, but most universities have their own. Because basically this concept was developed in the Harvard, so many universities follow this system. Another most commonly used is APA, American Psychological Association style. Here in Agricultural University, here in India, most of the education institute, in most of the education, we are following this format. APA, American Psychological Association format. It is well known and often used. It was developed in 1983. Again, it was modified in 1994, 1999, 2001, 2010, like that. Then there is some other format also. But basically, we follow either Harvard or this APA style. We confine to APA format only. Whatever format you use, citation format may vary. Whatever format you may use, APA, you may use Harvard. The format may vary, but basic concept is same. You must cover certain features, certain entry. You have to be very, specific about this. Number one, author. You have to very specific about the author. Who is the author? Whose source you are quoting? Who is the author of that particular source? Then title, then publisher, and date of publication. Even especially in a scientific publication, beyond 10 years, beyond 5 years, these references are not not in a up-to-date, treated as an up-to-date source. Especially the scientific reference, whenever you are going to give any source, then you have to very, very careful about details about the publication, date, year, and everything. You have to be very up-to-date. One of the most important sources in scientific literature is a journal, current source. Usually the current references, current sources we are getting in journal, scientific journal. So in scientific article, in scientific conference title, in the seminar paper, mostly we quote the journal article. So how we quote this journal article? An entry for a journal or periodical article usually contains what? First author, then article title, then journal title. First author, we have to show the author, then followed by the article title. That means the title. Then which journal it was published. Then volume, pages, date of publication. Here also you have to be very specific about the date of publication. A bibliography may be arranged by author, it may be arranged by author, topic, or some other skill. It gives descriptive about how each source is useful to an author in constructing a paper or your argument. Because why you are quoting these things? You are justifying your argument. That's why you are giving. And to justify your authenticity of your article, you are quoting this journal references, the name of the author, the article title, journal title, volume, pages, and date of publication. Sometimes we use non-book material. Systematic list of media other than books can be referred to which turns from analogy to bibliography. Suppose we are referring a recorded music. So there is a term called discography. From this it's come discography. Then we are referring a film. So how will say the filmography? Then nowadays many times we are referring the web pages. So how will term it? The webography, the website. And the first use of word bibliography, that means web, was recorded in Oxford Dictionary in June 1995. In June 95, it was officially recognized by the Oxford Dictionary, the word bibliography. So how will write a bibliography? Let us stick to the APA format. Most commonly used format in writing bibliography is APA, American Psychological Association format. APA style originated in 1929. It's not new. It was the idea of this APA style was conceived in 1929 itself, when a group of psychologists, anthropologists, and business managers convened and sought to establish a simple set of procedure or style rule that codify many components of a scientific writing to increase the case of reading comprehension. It was long back in 1929, a group of people consisting psychologists, anthropologists, the business manager, they sat together to formulate a principle. How will cite the sources in scientific writing? And it was later on it was modified in a different way, and now it's become a very, very popular style of bibliographic writing, that is called APA format. As with other editorial style, it's like other editorials, APA style consists of rule and guideline that publisher observe to ensure clear and consistent presentation of writing materials. This APA publisher also observes these rules regulation of APA style. It concerns uniform use of some elements. What are the elements? Selection of heading, tone and length. Selection of heading, the heading of the title, then punctuation, abbreviation, then presentation of what? Number and statistic. How you are going to present the numbers and statistics, table, etc. Then construction of table figures, it comes. Then citation reference, how you will cite the reference. So all are given, the principle has given, APA style has given a clear-cut guideline for this subject heading, punctuation, abbreviation, then presentations, how we present the statistics, then construction of table and figure, then lastly the citation, how we will cite the references you have used for your scientific writing. What are the basics of this APA style? The list of works cited should begin with the end of paper of a new page. Remember, whenever you finish your article, whenever you write bibliography, you use a new paper with the center title, references, alphabetize the entries in the list by author's last name. That means, suppose my name is H.K. Gohain. So, last name my Gohain will come first, then comma, then H.K. So, it will come like that. The author name, last name using letter by letter system. Only initial of the first name and middle name has to be given. Hemanta Kumar Gohain, not more. H.K. initial. First name and middle name should be initial. If author name is not known, some article, some sources, you may not know the author's name. If author name is not known, alphabetize the title. You give emphasis on title and alphabetize it. Ignoring any A, N or D. Just ignore these things. N, A or D, just ignore. For date use, you may use the method day, month, year style, like 23rd April 2001. That means day first, month second, year last. Or month, day, year. April, month come first, then date 23rd, then 2011. But whatever the style you are using, you have to maintain consistency. It has to be consistent. With the month, day, year style, a comma should be added after year. After year, when you use this method, month first, day second, year last, a comma should be added after the year unless another punctuation mark goes there. So you have to use a comma. Whenever we use journal reference, we have to we use italics. So when reports are written in typewriters, computer phenomena is recent phenomena. Now, last 10 years or 15 years we are using. Before that, even during our time, during our post-graduation session, we use typewriter only. Our theses, our dissertation, we use in typewriter. So, in typewriter, whenever we use typewriter, the name of the publication was underlined. That time it has to be underlined because most of the typewriter had no way to print italic. In case of handwriting, some principles should be followed. If we use computer, then name of the publication should be in italic. Publication name should be italic. To avoid confusion, always stick with the supervisor because to avoid, suppose you have some confusion, better you consult with your supervisor, your guide. So another important thing is hanging indentation. In all APA citation, it should be used hanging indentation. That is, first line of entries should be flush left, then second subsequent line should be half inch. It should left half inch. So these are some basic rules you have to follow while writing the bibliography. Sometimes we use we have to use capitalization, abbreviation, and punctuation also. The API guidelines specify using sentence style capitalization for title of the books and record or articles. I'll give you some example so that only first word of the article and subtitle can be capitalized. So there is certain rules. Only first word of the article and subtitle should be capitalized. The exception to this rule would be periodical title. In periodical title, proper name in the title which should be still be capitalized. The periodical title is run in title case and followed by the volume number, which is with the title is also italicized. While quoting any periodical reference, the name of the periodical or name of the article, we have to italize it. If there is more than one author, use apprehension within bracket before the name of the last author. We have to make the within bracket. If there is more than 6 authors, there is scientific article I have found in the library which consists of 21 authors. You cannot quote 21 authors. So when there is more than 6 authors, list only first author and then use ETL and rest. Use the first, you quote the name of the first author only, then use ETL, that is also italic. Place the date of publication in parentheses immediately after name of the author. Within bracket, after author, within bracket, you have to mention the date of publication, 2014, 2010, like that. These are some basic rule of art. So let us see some example of book, how we refer book in bibliography. Format what? First author, last name, that means his title. First initial, dot, full stop, space, within bracket, start, parenthesis, that means publication date, again close, dot, then full stop, then book title, additional information about book like semicolon, a case study of somebody, then city of publication, place of publication, that means, then publishing company. See here, writer TLN, and here it's right LN, comma T, full stop, space, within bracket, 1974, bracket close, again stop, full stop, vanishing wildlife of North America. It is in italic, see name of the book. Then place of publication, Washington DC. And who is the publisher? National Geographic Society. So that way you have to quote the references. Another is, this is single author, this is more than one author, Nicola AM. Then Fexman PM. Year of publication 1999. What the name of the book is? Presenting your findings. There is another subtitle. See, this semicolon, a practical guide for creating table. Again, Washington DC, place of publication, American Psychological Society. And another is same, one single author, BSCS, I have a double author, that means Reader's Guide to Science Fiction, New York, Fiction File in Ink, that is, and in publisher's name. So this is some example of the book. So quite often you have to quote encyclopedia also, dictionary also. So how will quote this this encyclopedia and dictionary in your reference list? The format is very simple. It's not complicated. Author's last name, first initial, last name, first initial. That means name, first initial. Then within bracket date, title of the article, the title of dot. Then italic, in italic, title of the encyclopedia. Then within bracket volume, comma, mention the pages. Then the place of publication, that means city of the publication, and lastly the publishing company. Here, Bergman PZ, the author. First name Bergman, and initial is first initial of his name is PZ, P dot Z dot. Again, year of publication 1993. Title of the article. What is the title? Relativity. In which encyclopedia where it was placed? In. Then followed by the name of the encyclopedia in italic, the new encyclopedia. Then you have to mention the volume. See, volume dot vol dot 26, that means volume 26. Pages, you have to refer the pages, which pages you have, the source you have quoted. Pages, pp dot 510 to 508. Then the place of the publication, Chicago, Encyclopedia Britannica, name of the publishing authority, that is Encyclopedia Britannica. Then another example is given here also. Same principle here. It has also followed the same principle. In social science articles, sometimes we have to quote the magazine and newspaper article also, which is rare in scientific article. But in social publication, like suppose in our local magazine also we are writing a letter for local magazine. So we have to quote the form, quote the sources, and then we have to sometimes we have to indicate the source we got from magazine or newspaper, like that. How we'll show these sources? The format: author last name, first initial, same thing. Then publication date, article title, periodical title, volume, issue number if available. Issue number if available you have to mention, and inclusive pages. So same principle here also we are following. Author name first, followed by the article title, then periodical or the journal or the magazine which it was published. So same principle here also we are following the same principle. I'm giving you some examples. See, Hardo, that is surname, last name, that means initial HF is. We are not quoting the full name. Then again, this publication date, the publication year, within bracket, within parentheses. The fundamental of preparing psychological journal article, the name of the article, where it was published. It is written in, see, the name of the journal is written in italic. The Journal of Comprehensive Psychological Specialty, where volume number 55, page number 893 to 896. So another give some example, same way another example is given. Henry W.A. Here date is also given in publication. 1990, April 9, it was published. It was an article of a magazine. Where the name of the article is making a grade in today's school, making the grade in today's school. Where it was published, it was written in the italic, that is Time magazine. Which volume of a Time magazine? 135 and page number 28 to 31. So USA Today, another example is given for the magazine USA Today. Then Time magazine again. The New Yorker, these are some example of magazine and newspaper. New Yorker is a newspaper. Trillion C, newspaper, name of the newspaper is New Yorker. It was published in 1993, February 15. What is the caption of the news? Cultural shopping. The heading of the news, the cultural shopping. So that way you have to quote the references in respect of newspaper, in respect of magazine. In recent, with the advent of computer and advancement of ITC, I mean information and communication technology, now we are very much dependent on the web sources. Every day, the scientists, the social scientists, students, research scholars, then teachers, we use source from the web, source from the internet. So how this website and web pages can be quoted in reference list? The format of online periodicals. How will quote these sources from online periodical? If you are quoting a source from online source, so how will quote, how will list in the reference how will enlist in our reference list? First author name, followed by, within bracket, date of publication. Then title of the article, title of the periodical, volume number. Same principle we are following. Whatever the principle we have followed for the printed format, here also we are following the same principle. But we have to mention retrieve month. Which month we have retrieved from the internet, from web, that means www. Retrieve month, day, you have to be very specific about which day you have retrieved. Year, which year. From full URL, which source. Universal source locator. That you have to mention that thing. www, this one, slash, this one, that, like that. Online document. Author's name, date of publication, the title of the work, retrieve, day, month, year. You have to be very specific about the then URL. The source, www retrieve from library, AU library, www, like that. Whole source you have to go. When citing an internet source, refer to specific website document. If document is undated, use ND. See, you have to mention the date. Sometimes date is not mentioned. So then, if it's not date is not mentioned, then you have to the undated. Use within N.D for no date. Immediately after the document title. After title, you have to do ND. You have to put ND because that will indicate that no date was given in the source. Break the length. You have to break the. Sometimes URL is very lengthy, so you have to break. That goes another line to after slash before a period. So you have to make the slashes. I'll show you some example. The example, website example. Yes, see, the August 2, 2001, it was accessed. The author name is given, David T. What is the title? Lighting injury at music festival. The Y, files. Retrieve, when it was retrieved, January 23rd. 2002. From, then you code the website, http://yfile.org/135 lighting, then again slash index, which format? HTML. Like that you have to code. Then another reference is given. See, Dove, R. It's a writer. It was published in 1998. Lady Freedom Among Us, the title name of the article title. Where it was published? The Electronic Text Center. And when it was retrieved? June 29, 1998. From where? Edelman Library, University of Virginia website. It was accessed, it was retrieved, or you were accessed from Edelman Library, University of Virginia website. Which is the URL? That http://library leave, live, that means refer the library dot Virginia Edu, that is Virginia University website, /subject, then format, the HTML. So that way you have to quote this web source you have quoted from the website. Sometimes we have to quote some reference which we are not taking from the original source. We are not taking for the original source. There are some sources we like to quote in support of our writing, in support of our argument, which we have not find from the original source. So how will express in how will list in reference sources? So in certain occasion we are to access the information from source other than the original source. Here's the example. We are quoting a PhD thesis source from a PhD which is not published. It is an unpublished item. Because since it has been recognized by the university, so we are quoting the source. So how will we quote? See, PhD scholar against whose work this PhD degree is giving. His title surname is first Wenga, then SD, initial of his name. It was not published. PhD was given in 1984. Name of the PhD topic is Study of the Communication Pattern Among Extension Personnel in Development of Organization. Publication is PhD thesis. We have to mention like that. It is Marathwada Agriculture University, Parbhani, Maharashtra, India. But we didn't go to that university. We didn't go visit that university library. We have not seen the original source. But it was mentioned in another article. We are quoting from that another. Where we have got it? In bold letter, in Agricultural Librarianship India. There is another article published in a different journal. Where it was published? An overview. An overview. Who quoted this source? Then R. Subbayya. When it was quoted? 1988. Published by Metropolitan, New Delhi, page number 37 to 76. So that way, some reference we have to quote which are not taken from the original source. So these are the simple way how we present, how we enlist the references sources in support of our argument, in support of our writing, in form of bibliography or in form of list of reference, or whatever you said. It may be a bibliography, it may be a list of reference, cited article, whatever term you use. That there is certain way, this way we have to refer the articles.